Hey guys, I hope you're doing good today. I'm going to do something a little bit different because this happened yesterday, and I think it's important that I talk about it. Um, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Robert Pickton before. He is a Canadian serial killer, dubbed the Pig Farmer. He was attacked yesterday, and today I found out that he is now brain dead. Now, what's interesting about this is that there was supposed to be a trial with over thousands and thousands of evidence that they were going to show, and well, he's not going to be around anymore. So I've been following this for a little while. There's this girl on Twitter. I've been following her, and she's a Canadian as well. And she's been posting about Robert Pickton. She's been trying to find the original book that Robert actually wrote himself. Very hard to find. And when you do find it, strangest thing, all of a sudden the person stops talking to you, or they want like $10,000 for this book, or they disappear. It's I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's strange. I'm going to read this to you. So, serial killer Robert Pickton in critical condition after prison attack. So, he's 74 years old. He underwent surgery after major assault at Port Cartier Institution in Quebec on Sunday. There he is there. He looks completely different now because he's 74. So, convicted British Columbia serial killer Robert Pickton is in critical condition and underwent surgery after he was attacked by another inmate in a Quebec prison on Sunday. The Correctional Service Canada confirmed in a statement Tuesday that Pickton was the victim of a major assault at the maximum security Port Cartier Institution and has been taken to the hospital. Now, mind you, this guy is under maximum security. Nothing's ever happened in there whatsoever. He was going to tell the world what actually happened at that damn pig farm. You know, Justin Trudeau was linked to that. The police are linked to that. And I always wondered if him as well as the police, Trudeau, politicians, cops, you name it. I always wondered if they were using that farm for human trafficking, for sex trafficking, because there was a lot of prostitutes that went missing. A lot of them that he has murdered, and a lot of them that are still missing. Other ones that he has claimed that he has murdered. But now he's trying to say that somebody else has done it too. It wasn't just him. So that's interesting that all of a sudden now he's attacked to the point where he's brain dead and now he can't tell the story. That's fucked up, right? Yeah. Two sources, including one police source, told Radio Canada that 74-year-old Pickton was between life and death on Tuesday. Prison officials declined to share information about his current condition Wednesday. The assailant is in isolation, according to Hughes, a spokesperson for the Quebec Provincial Police, which is investigating. Balliot said the assailant is a 51-year-old man, but added that he does not know the man's identity. He said Pickton was undergoing surgery shortly before 10:30 a.m. PT on Tuesday, and it will take a few weeks before the SQ transfers the case to the Director of Criminal and Penal Prosecutions to press charges. Oh, wow. Victims' families hold vigil at the site of Robert Pickton's farm. Yeah, because they destroyed it. There's a lot more to this story. I really want to find that book. Yeah. The incident at the Port Cartier Institution, located around 850 kilometers northeast of Montreal, did not involve staff, and appreciate actions have been taken with regard to the assailant, the CSC said in an earlier statement. We are not able to disclose any additional details, including medical information, the statement reads. The safety and security of the institution is paramount, and an investigation into what occurred is currently underway. I think it was a hit, is what I think. When CBC News contacted CSC for an update on Pickton's condition on Wednesday, a spokesperson again declined to comment. Wonder why. The spokesperson said the CSC is required to notify the public of deaths of people in custody. So here they are outside this fence, and there's some, not even a scratch of the missing woman because of this guy. Dozens of people came out to a vigil at the site of Robert Pickton's farm in British Columbia in February this year to honor the victims of serial killer and express their opposition to the idea he could apply for a day parole. Exactly, he should never have been let out. But now it looks like he's not even going to be alive anymore. He's brain dead. So in 2007, Pickton was convicted of 6 counts of second-degree murder and the deaths of women who disappeared from Vancouver's downtown east side. There were Serena Abbotsway, Mona Wilson, Andrea Joesbury, Marnie Frey, Georgina Papin, and Brenda Wolfe. The remains or DNA of 33 women, many of whom were Indigenous, were found on Pickton's pig farm in Port Coquitlam, about 25 kilometers east of downtown Vancouver. Pickton was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of full parole for 25 years. Listen to this. Victims' families, women's advocates demand RCMP halt the plan to dispose of Robert Pickton's evidence. Yeah, they want to destroy it. Yeah. Wonder why. In an interview with Radio Canada's Tout un matin, Tuesday, Federal Public Security Minister Dominic LeBlanc said an internal investigation will be carried out at the Port Cartier prison to shed light on the circumstance of the attack. He did not confirm the identity of the inmate who was assaulted, citing reasons related to the protective of privacy and security in prisons. Yeah, bullshit. Victim's sister expresses relief. The sister of one of Pickton's victims told CBC News that she felt relieved and happy when she heard that the serial killer had been attacked in prison. I said good for him. He deserved it. Tammy Lynn Papin, sister of Georgina Papin, said on Tuesday. I don't wish any harm on anybody but karma, you know? I truly believe, the Creator works in his ways. You can't be bad or mean to people and do stuff like that to people and they can get away with it, What he did was notorious and unexplainable. Papin said she wanted Pickton to suffer and not go just like that. She added that she wants a plaque installed at the site of his Port Coquitlam farm to commemorate the women who had been killed there. There's more than the ones that he confessed to, way more than 6. So there she is there. There's Tammy Lynn Papin, the victim's sister. She says she felt a sense of relief following news that serial killer Robert Pickton, who murdered her sister Georgina, was in life-threatening condition after being attacked in prison. Chief Malin Slad with the Hellstick Tribal Council in Bella Bella, BC, says discussion about Pickton's assault has revived painful memories for the Indigenous community. Because it's not just Pickton either. Don't forget, the Highway of Tears, that's in BC. And I actually have made a video about that. I've made several of the missing Indigenous women. And I also put in a complaint about them not having a bus route or bus stop or anything like that. Do you know it took them? Like these missing women and murders were happening from the 60s, and it took them to 2017 to put in a fucking bus stop for them, for any people. You know that? Yeah. His profile is still being raised and talked about, Sled told Canadian Press. Yet it's the women, the victims, and families who are hurting today and still seeking justice for their families and loved ones. And I can understand how people would feel about what happened to him. Yeah. Manitoba woman without answers about sister's death after serial killer Robert Pickton seriously assaulted. Slatt, who is also Secretary-Treasurer with the Union of BC Indian Chiefs, says, little has changed for Indigenous women's safety since Pickton's crimes. Exactly. And many still face systemic racism from police and difficulty accessing the justice system when they are victims of crimes. This is true. That's why Indigenous people now have groups. They have helplines. They've got community centers. They have to, because the police don't give a shit. It's quite fucking sickening, if you ask me. Slett says governments can do better, noting it hurts to see $15 million in federal funding being allocated to a 3-year program targeting auto theft compared to $1.3 million for the pilot red dress alert system for when an Indigenous woman or girl goes missing. So progress is very small, said Slett. The work will not be over until things like the red dress alert is no longer needed in this country, and we're a long ways away from that. All right, and I just wanted to show you the 2 things that I had found on Twitter that I wanted to read to you. So this is one of them. It says, Pickton told other inmates that he was writing a book blaming the murders of women for which he was convicted on someone else. Port Cartier Institution holds 237 men and is just north of the St. Lawrence River and about 600 kilometers from Quebec City. It's crazy. I'm really close to the St. Lawrence River. I swim in that every summer. It's just eerie. Pickton, now 74, was convicted by a jury of murdering 6 women, which I've read to you, but I'm going to read again because their names need to be heard. Serena Abbotsway, Mona Wilson, Andrea Joesbury, Brenda Ann Wolfe, Georgina Papin, and Marnie Frey at his 2007 British Columbia Supreme Court trial. But he is also charged with killing 20 more women. And guess what? Those counts were eventually stayed and never heard at the trial. So I didn't want to reveal her name just because you never know with people, right? But anyways, this unacceptable Canadian girl I follow daily, she said it's convenient that what happened to Robert Pickton, that this happened right before the trial to stop the Royal Canadian Mounted Police from destroying over 13,000 pieces of evidence, and right after Pickton stated that he was going to write a book outing his many accomplices. I don't believe that that is a coincidence at all. I think it was a hit. And I do believe there's more to this. Like right now, she is trying to, this Canadian girl, she's trying to, with all she can, help link Trudeau to this. And I've been following along, and I've also been researching myself. And she's right. It's police. It's fucking Trudeau, man. I'm telling you, I can feel it in my bones. There is links, but not a direct link to be like, hey, it's him. He was involved. There was a bar on the Pickton farm, and all the politicians and all the police partied there with these prostitutes, Indigenous women, regular white women that went missing. And they knew about these things, that's in records, that they knew of these women, they knew they were prostitutes, and they knew they were coming and going from the Pickton farm and often going missing. They knew this. The police knew this. The law knew this and did fuck all to help these women. In fact, there's actually records out there stating that they helped Robert Pickton cover a lot of this shit up because the law was involved. I just wish I had the proof to convict all these people because it wasn't just Robert Pickton. It really wasn't. I never thought it was. I always thought it was human trafficking and sex trafficking. I always did. But there was never any proof. Now that I research more and read more about it, holy shit. The blocks are lining up. The people involved, it's disgusting. So this man, this piece of shit, he's still a piece of shit, was going to tell the world who else was involved, how many more victims, possibly where they even were, the ones he didn't feed to his fucking pigs. And I believe there's a hit on him for that reason. So I don't know what they're going to do with the 13,000 pieces of evidence. Is it going to go away now? Do we get to hear it? Do we get to see it? I don't know. I just know that the world ain't right. And it really fucking sucks. Anyway, sorry to be all depressing on you guys. Just, I think this is something that needs to be said. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. Have a great night, guys. Bye.